Hello, everyone. Sarah here, live with you to say thank you. I received a message from someone this morning, someone that I know personally, but someone that also follows me. And the message was, I'm going to try to not cry. Such beautiful and divine timing. And I truly know in my soul that everything in life is. And it's not easy. It's not easy to put yourself out there, to promote, to market, to do what you do when you're in this space of transformation, to guide clients through their deepest soul expression of transformation, to really deeply connect with the inner wounds and traumas from their past, the stories that are running and in their mind and sitting stuck in their head, and to drop down into the energy and the healing frequency of your heart through the power of your unconscious mind. It's not easy, but I wouldn't do anything else. It is literally my soul's calling. There are days where I'm like, this is a lot. When you experience and you feel that divine nudge, and you're really, you know, you're aligned with your soul's purpose and passion and direction, but then you get in your head. You go from here up to here, and then it's in here where you hear the questions, and it's in your body that you feel the questions, and then you question your questions. And some days that feels heavy. It feels heavy because you're human. And depending on what you've been through, you can experience more of that or less of that. And so there really is beauty in this healing work and this transformation, and doing things that you don't understand just yet, and then later looking back and seeing how that was part of the purpose and the divine plan, and what that all really meant. And it just means so much to me when I get to hear from you, and when people send me messages, especially with containers that are not paid. I run a lot of paid containers. I run a lot of paid programs, and the deep internal transformational restorational work around transforming your unconscious beliefs, about shifting everything in your life spiritually, emotionally, energetically. Obviously, there's an exchange and an investment for that, and it is well below what is worth. Anyone who's experienced it can attest to that. And I share tons of testimonials of other people who've made that investment and made that commitment in themselves to do this deep internal transformational work, working personally and working privately. But I just want to say, from this space of in my podcast and what I share, Real, Raw, Redeemed, the change with him, the messages that I've received from that, really, they're all beautifully, perfectly aligned and timed. So I just got a message from someone this morning who said, "Hey, I just listened to another podcast. You really helped me." Bunch of exclamation marks. I've been struggling to understand the partner when they said, "You didn't hear me." Specifically, I didn't feel heard. And if you think about it logically, like we do so many things, we think about it consciously. Heard is a hearing. But heard is so much more than just a hearing. Like, my dog can bark, and I hear my dog bark, but I don't feel the hearing of my dog bark. We have a different relationship, right? He's a dog, he barks, he does his doggy thing. But when you're in a personal relationship, a close, intimate relationship, like the relationship with your family, with your partner, with your children, you feel what you hear. You feel what you hear, like from coaches, from teachers, from friends, from perceived enemies. When you're growing up, when you're having experiences, these experiences through relationships and childhood, through these experiences that shape you, you hear them, you feel them. And the way that this landed, I've been struggling to understand my partner when they said, "You didn't hear me." Specifically, I didn't feel heard. You can feel heard. And when you feel heard, it's like your soul, it just drinks it up. It's nourishment for your soul. Prior to feeling heard, it's like you were a sponge that was completely dried out. And when you feel heard, it's like it was stuck under the faucet of water and just an abundance and an outpouring of water. The sponge like soaks it up without even trying. It's just what it naturally does. It's the way it was designed to just soak up, to absorb that. And when you feel heard, your soul is like that sponge that soaks up and absorbs the goodness, the nourishment, the richness. It feels rejuvenated, like plumped up, restored, and it feels like it has what it needs, and it can squeeze that and pour from that. And you're not trying to squeeze something from something that has nothing in it. And when you don't feel heard, that's what it feels like. You're trying to squeeze a dry sponge and expecting something to come out, to pour out. And it's frustrating because you know that it has the ability to hold, to squeeze, to release. But there's an expansion process to this, an expansion and a contraction. The squeezing of the sponge to receive the outpouring, it has to first have received from the water. And then that was the expansion, the opening, the receiving, and then the contracting, and then the letting go. And that beautiful ebb and flow of that is what happens when you feel heard. And when you feel heard by yourself, and you allow yourself to receive what you need to hear, and it's so much more than just logically, consciously hearing. It's a feeling, it's an energy, it's a frequency, and it's what your soul needs to feel open, expanded, to feel restored, to not feel like it's trying to squeeze from a dry, empty vessel. So when you feel heard, it's that beautiful experience of that. And that is what happens in all relationships. Relationships with yourself, relationship with partners, with coworkers, with colleagues, with friends, with acquaintances, with your children. It's the feeling heard. It's so much more than just, yeah, I heard you, got it, And we went into this in this podcast episode, and she said, I want to share your podcast on a story and then probably on my Facebook page. How do you feel about this? You're truly amazing at this. And I don't share this stuff to have people tell me, oh my God, you're so amazing at this. We all have a purpose, a passion, a gift, and a calling. And not all of us are living in it. And I get that. I was not living in mine for most of my life. And now I am. And now I'm there's an excess and overflow, and allowing I'm not squeezing a dry sponge anymore because of what I've been through, because of the ways that I've healed and transformed my soul, myself, my life through what I've been through. Not because of what I've been through. There's very much a fine line of an energy and frequency of victimness. Oh, because of what I've been through, or through what I've been through. And it's a fine line. It's a really thin veil. And a lot of people are still stuck in that. I'm trying to squeeze from a dry sponge, but I want to be open to receiving. But you can't be open and closed at the same time. You can't expand and contract at the same time. It's a beautiful process. Open, receive, and then expand, contract, and then give. It's a giving and a receiving. I love what she shared next. And she said, I'm not an expert, but I truly believe that there's a large audience for your content. And that's the reason why, that's my why. That is my why. My daughter is my why. My soul's calling and why is this, is for people to receive what they need, the time they need it, the way they need it, in this process of not knowing that we needed it. Because need is a frequency and energy of lack, which is that contrast, which is that closed offness, which is it's unavailable to me. And that is one of the core root causes of pain, emotional pain and trauma, what I wanted wasn't available to me, what I desire. But desire is more of an openness and expanse of what I want isn't available to me. So there's this tension, this internal, emotional, energetic block to receiving what I desire because it's a need and it's not available to me. And this is what I absolutely love, guiding people to completely shattering and breaking through internally, emotionally, energetically. And I've had the beauty, gift, and joy of receiving this, and in so many ways, and continuing to receive it. But now that I've received it and it's in abundance and excess and overflow, I have it to give. And I love giving it to others. And we're all designed to experience the receiving and the giving, and the receiving and the giving, and from that place where our soul is just in overflow. It's a full sponge. It's like you keep the water on and it's already full. So now it's not only going in, it's going out, and it's spreading and it's sharing. And that is an expression of our soul's desire, is to be filled with so much passion, compassion, love, and just, some people call it high vibes. I love high vibes. I actually had coffee this morning in my spread good vibes mug, and then as I read this, I'm like, I need to take a Sharpie and cross out one of those O's. It should say spread God vibes. And so my merchandise line, let that shit go, I'm like, we need to add to that. We need to add to it and say spread God vibes, because that is the highest vibration and frequency, is the energy and the beauty of staying plugged in, staying connected to that. And your soul longs for that. Your soul is thirsty for that. And it does take removing and getting out the gunk, and not just tossing the sponge away, which is a metaphor for you, for your body, for not just tossing yourself away or believing or saying it'll never come, it'll never happen, I'm too far gone, this is impossible. That's not the way. It is just not the way. You're not a sponge. You're not. You're a soul. You're a human being. And what way we're being indicates our internal emotional health. And I love, love, love guiding people to breaking out of that sickness and that dis-ease, that internal dis-ease, into ease, into flow, into an abundant state of gratitude and health and internal emotional health. There's the emotional scale, and there's also like the internal emotional health scale. And to raise your number in that, and to climb up that, and really embody the higher energy frequencies: love, compassion, kindness, joy, acceptance, health. And it begins within. Everything begins within. Your external world is an expression and a reflection of your internal world. And I'm just so, so deeply passionate about guiding people to raising their internal emotional health scale, if you will. So this podcast is just one of the many outlets and ways that I connect and I express. It's just one piece of me. We've all got so many pieces of me. And when all of those pieces really come together and they work for the collective good, for the self good, for the collective good, it truly does change the world. I've got in my office, a little sign that says, "Darling, you can change the world." And my soul truly believes that. My soul truly knows the truth of that statement. And it's just a message, and I keep messages like that around because my soul connects with them. So I'm surrounded by them, connected with them, I believe in them. And that's a representation and an internal reflection, well, an external experience of the internal reflection that I now have because of what I've been through and through the work that I do. And I would love for you to experience the power of this internal transformational work for you. And maybe it starts with listening to something free like a podcast, or just watching this free content and the free videos that I share. There's a ton of it out there. And it's just so I love it. So I just want to thank you for those of you who have tuned in, who have listened to the podcast. And I fully trust and know, my soul trusts and knows that you will receive what you need from it, from where you are. There's not any other place that you need to be to receive what you need, or whatever that internal nudge is for the next step. for you to take in your life to improve it and to step into your personal power and to let go and release and free you from that external circumstantial power. So I just wanted to say thank you, truly, from the wholeness of my heart. I see you, I love you, you are seen, you are loved, and you are heard. And I hope that you feel heard through this message. And when you're ready to take it even further, even deeper, I would love to connect with you. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.